The Aphex Aural Exciter and Big Bottom are legendary amongst recording and broadcast engineers all around the world. The Aural Exciter is revered for introducing detail and clarity to a recording, while the Big Bottom is widely used to give extra punch and depth to the bass frequencies in a recording. Both of these work spectacularly on voice recordings, and the RØDECaster Pro offers faithful recreations of these powerful hardware audio processors right here in the unit. In its basic mode, there are great presets for the Aural Exciter and Big Bottom available at the tap of a button, but today I'm going to show you how to use the advanced controls to fine-tune your sound. To access the advanced controls, ensure Effects Edit mode is enabled in your advanced settings. Then navigate to the audio processing page for the channel that you want to edit and hit Aphex. The Aural Exciter will give you controls for tune, harmonics, and mix, and the Big Bottom will give you controls for tune, drive, and mix. A good way of approaching the Aphex processors is to identify the frequencies you want to alter using the tune control, and then adjust how much of the effect you want to introduce using the harmonics or drive control, and then the mix, depending on your own voice and tastes. Starting with the Aural Exciter, set your harmonics and mix to a reasonably high level so you can clearly hear the changes you are making. Now sweep the tune control down from the top of the spectrum while speaking into your microphone and listen to how it affects the presence in your voice. Now in most voices, the frequencies that affect intelligibility range from 2 to 4 kHz. So setting the control somewhere around this range will usually give you the best results. Okay, let's give this a go right now. So using the Aphex Aural Exciter, I'm going to turn up the harmonics and mix control to a reasonable point where I can start to hear the processor working. Then using the tune control, I'm going to sweep from the top of the spectrum and keep going down until I start to hear the added clarity and presence of my voice shine through. And around about this point here, about 3 kHz, I can clearly hear this clarity and presence really push through. Pulling back on the harmonics control will achieve a sound that's a bit more natural, and you can also adjust the mix control to balance between the affected signal and the unaffected signal. So we're adjusting the harmonics and mix control so we're getting a bit more of a natural sound overall. Leaving this high will allow more of the Aural Exciter to shine through. I think I'm happy with the setting. Notice the added clarity and intelligibility in my voice. Now for the Big Bottom. Hit the arrow on the bottom right hand corner of the screen to scroll to the Big Bottom. And as you can see, you have similar parameters to the Aural Exciter, with drive replacing harmonics. Like with the Aural Exciter, a good place to start is by turning all the controls up so you can hear the processing clearly, then fine tuning it from there. With the Big Bottom, we are looking for enhanced body and punch in the low end frequencies of your voice. You'll notice most of the impact around 100 to 150 Hz. And once you've found the sweet spot, you'll start to hear your voice booming quite loudly. From there, you can back off the drive to make it sound a little bit more natural and use the mix control to adjust this balance. This is a nice setting. My voice has a lot more warmth and punch in the low end, which a lot of people associate with that classic broadcast voice. You can use the enable switch to check if your adjustments are improving your sound or not. It's a good habit to constantly switch this processor on and off to see exactly how it's affecting your signal. The undo function in the top left-hand corner will revert your settings to the same point you had when you first opened the processor. So if you liked it the way you had it before, simply tap this function. Finally, remember you can also adjust all of these functions from within the RØDECaster Pro companion app. In fact, there is one function here that doesn't appear on the RØDECaster Pro, and this is a revert to default function that will return the Aphex processors to a factory default position. And there you go. That's how you use these awesome, powerful processors to give your voice more punch and more clarity. Happy podcasting.